We got Mana Weft Sliver in terms of fixing. We have Predatory Sliver. Sorting these by color actually might be more useful than rarity. I don't actually know that we got enough slivers to make a sliver deck playable in this format. It feels like we're probably a scotch short because we almost assuredly. I was about to say we almost assuredly want to be a collected company deck, but I don't even know if that's true. I mean, like, okay, yeah. So let's just write down the ones that we think are playable to start. So we have Mana Weft Sliver. We have Predatory Sliver, or as I like to refer to it as Jumpstart Sliver. We have Cloud Shredder Sliver. Shred Changeling Filter. I'm gonna do that after I get the actual Sliver cards. But yeah, so we're gonna look at Changelings for sure too. Lava Belly might be playable. Nav Chip. I mean, it's still coming. This creature has dealt damage. It deals that much damage to target player or planeswalker. Spiteful Sliver might be playable. It's a real shame we didn't get the white one that gives everything 1/1 as well. That we only got Predatory Sliver. Maybe Steel Form. So like this isn't a strictly awful curve, I suppose. We've got what 1, 2, 3, 4 2-drops, and we've got 3 3-drops. Yeah, there's a real question of do I want to be a collected company deck or do I want to go into some of these 4+ mana Dorkos? Because, like, you have Cleaving and you have Bone Scythe Sliver as ways to hammer at the top end of the curve. I've got Striking Sliver. It's probably right to play some Bone Scythes. I agree with that. Do we want a 4-color for Glass Pulp Mimic? Yeah, maybe. It's a 3/1 for 2. It's not terrible. Glass Pulp Mix in blue. Realm Walker technically works. Faceless Agents probably playable. If watching Arena Cuts has taught me anything, why should 4-drops stop you from playing Collected Company? Big mood. Okay, I mean, this is like technically more than enough, right? Maybe we get rid of. Would I rather get rid of Spiteful Sliver or Steel Form Sliver? Probably Steel Form, right? I think I want to be more aggressive. So Spiteful does damage, or when it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage back. And Metallic Mimic's just like, it's just like, this card's fine on 2, but it's so bad to collect a company into. Honestly, I think we probably just start here. In fact, I probably want like 23 land, so I'm going to cut a couple of Spiteful Slivers. This might be okay. Maybe. And then what's it called? We got the den, right? Yeah, Sliver Hive. For Sacred Foundry, for Temple Garden, for Stomping Ground. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands. So our mana actually looks pretty reasonable here. I need some more green sources so I can cast Collected Company consistently, but that's about it. Probably want some pathways. All right, so this is 60 cards, and it's got 1, 2, 3 plus 8 is 11 green for Collected Company, and then Mana Weft Swiver is technically 4 more. I think Unclaimed Territory and Sliver Hive are enough Rainbow lands. So I don't think we need what's it called? The Ancient Ziggurat. Naya Meat Hooks. Now what's our curve end up looking like? We've got 16 twos and we've got 10 threes. Seems fine. What sideboard cards do we want? I want the what's it called one? Masked Vandal. Some Realm Walkers sound fine. Are there any utility slivers that we want for the sideboard? We could just put some uncounterable on the board, yeah. I don't know that we have enough red for Chandra, though. Ooh, Tempered Sliver actually might be playable in the main as one of our threes. Yeah, do we just play some Diffusion Sliver without blue lands? Is that too bold? Slava Belly worse than Tempered? I think it might be. Yeah, so we have 8 lands that cast it, plus mana weft. I'll try 4 diffusion slivers, and if they're bad, we can replace them. Honestly, it's probably better than Realm Walker. I don't know, the people saying that we could, like, adjust the mana base easily, like, I could make these breeding pools, I guess. But, like, for people that want to, like, glass pool mimic, like, what are we glass pool mimicking? Like, normally in these types of tribal decks, you want to be glass pool mimicking lords. There aren't really things I want to glass pull mimic a ton here, right? I mean, I guess I could technically like play them as a way to like cut lands and like their lands that are collected company hits, but I don't like have I only have one actual lord, and most of these aren't effects that I'm interested in copying, right? Spiteful stacks, yeah, but I don't have this. Yeah, the rainbow lands don't cast glass pull mimic is correct. All right, I'm gonna put a breeding pool in, so we have 9 ways to cast. You know, I think I'm fine with the fusion sliver in the board, but I think glass pool is actually not good enough here until we have at least one more lord. Okay, I think if we had the 8 lords, it would be fine. Yeah, I think nine blue mana plus mana weft is probably fine to board these. I don't know that I necessarily want these main. It could be correct, like maybe they're better than the Sentinel Sliver, but I'm gonna start them in the sideboard, I think. Um, Unclaimed territory. We should just play. We should just play some copies of what's it called, right? Skyclave Apparition. Spell that. Tonja and Beppameister, thanks for the follows. Couple of Thalia sounds okay too. Three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm just gonna put 4 Skyclaves in and call it a day. Start there. Thanks for the follow, Toot. Good morning. I want to make sure we build Merfolk too. Humans. PFC Church, thanks for the follow. All right, so type human. We decide what color humans we want to be to start, I think. Let's start sorted by rarity and see what we get. We're definitely base white. The question is, what other colors do we want to be? Probably want General Kudro, so that makes us at a minimum black-white. It's a mix of the two, Chiller. Straight black-white's probably fine. Yeah, maybe we want a green splash for collected company. It's probably a decent place to be. I do like me some collected company. We have a mana base very similar to the sliver deck we just built. Create deck. Yes, Esper Sentinel is a human. Alright, so the easy includes Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, Thalia's Lieutenant, General Kudrow. Probably want Elite Spellbinder. Okay, so type human, color. I think that's the text. Yeah, like that. And let's sort by converted mana cost. We're getting Boros Elite? I missed that one. I don't know if we have enough one drops for Boros Elite. That's one to think about. Yeah, 3-bit Inspector's probably fine. Maybe we're not a company deck. Maybe we're just a one-drop deck. Yeah, we can play Dauntless Bodyguard. Forsworn Paladin's a human. I didn't realize that one. Menace is pretty good. Yeah, Giant Killer might even be a main deck card. I'm just kind of scrolling here to start. Aspirant's probably a card worth playing, yeah. And how many is this? Is 32 cards? What if we played what's one more one drop we want? Do I want a black one drop or do I want to stay? What's our creature type distribution? That's a good question. Soldiers, clerics, mostly soldiers and clerics. Yeah, is it just Dauntless? Could definitely be it. Just solid 2-power one drop. Yeah, I'm aware, Conqueror. I don't actually think the new Ranger Captain is very good in a deck like this. Like, so I'm actually, as just a general thought on the new Ranger Captain, I think the new Ranger Captain is frequently going to be worse than Ranger of Eos in this format because there aren't really spell-based combos you want to be shutting down. So I think the problem with Forsworn Paladin is if you look at my deck here, my only black card is General Kudrow. So I don't think I want cheap black cards. My black's going to be more of a splash in the mana base than anything. We'll play like Pathways, Unclaimed Territory, and Godless Shrine. That's a thought. Is Legion's Landing better than one of these? I don't know. These are all like having the synergy with Lieutenant and General is pretty good. How many lands do I want to play? We could play a couple of kite sails as a disruptive element if we wanted. I don't hate that idea. Yeah, it's the second flying threat alongside Elite Spellbinder. Gosh, Lumiarch's good with Esper Sentinel too, huh? So they're going to put counters on this. No, we definitely can't play Faceless Haven if we want to play back. Someday I will remember the names of pathways, but today will not be that day. Oh, Glint Sleeve Siphoner. That's a cute thought. I don't hate Glint Sleeve. Yeah, Maul could be okay too. But I'm a sucker for Glint Sleeve Siphoner, so I'm gonna put 4 of that card in here. I'm gonna put 4 Kite Sail on the board. I think we want access for that, but I don't think I need the main. The Nimblest Sloth, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate it. Welcome. I mean, we're not leaning more into black, and I don't want to play a basic swamp in my deck with 16 white 1-drops. That sounds incredibly bad. What's the Cave of the Frost Dragon? Play a couple of those. Chat, stop trying to put Faceless Haven in my deck with 16 white 1-mana spells. Stop it. Get some help. Oh, we have Concealed Courtyard in this format. Yeah, Concealed Courtyard's great. Thank you for that call out. I really wish they'd complete those cycles. I need to cut 2 spells from the main deck. Do I just not have room for you, Glint Sleeve? That would make me sad. I'm gonna cut a Thalia and a random 1-drop. Let's do that. We'll do 3 of each of those. I'll put the 4th Thalia in the board for when she's good. Hey, Rulon, thank you for the 3/4 of beer. Welcome back. I think we can get away with 22 lands. Maybe 23 is better. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm going to start greedy on 22. Like our deck is 6 or 15 1-mana spells, and 1, 2, 3, and 15 2-mana spells, and like 8 3-mana spells. So I think we can get away on 22 lands. Maybe with the Cave of the Frost Dragons, we're supposed to be a little bit conservative and just play more, but our curve is super low here. Rename this to Black White Humans. Now, I think Frost Dragon's better than Castle, because this comes into play untapped on 1 and 2. I also only have 7 planes in my deck, so Castle's going to frequently come into play tapped. We could give ourselves a free 4/5. I like the idea of dire tactics on the board. Containment Priest. Yeah, I think that probably hits enough cards in the format. Skyclave Apparitions again. That seems reasonable. Do you want anything to draw us cards? So, when you're playing a deck like this, the best source of card advantage is killing your opponent while they still have cards in their hand. Thraben Inspector draws cards. We have Esper Sentinel draws cards too. I don't think the idea of a Johnny. I've got what, 18 white sources? I wouldn't hate a couple of a Johnny in the sideboard. Oh, I have Glint Sleeve too. Oh, I don't remember a Johnny's name. What's the Johnny that brings a 2-drop back into play? Which one of these? I remember he exists, but I don't remember enough to know which one he is. Adversary of Tyrants. Oh yeah, it's good against Jeskai control, and it's called Adversary of Tyrants. That makes perfect sense. Exactly correct. All right, we can start there. And again, for those of you that are looking at these deck lists, if you want to get them for easy import or looking at later, you can go to jeffhoagland.com. There's a stream queue button here. All of these decks are getting links filled in here as we build and play them, as we build them so we can play them later. Zombies. Zombie. So zombies, I need to decide. Someone slink me this. Part of me wants to wait on zombies until we have another 1-drop. Yeah, I don't know. I might wait on. Yeah, I don't know. I also think if they're not cool with it, I might just send them a refund. Like, I really so we're getting at a minimum the Champion of the Perished and other good zombie cards. So I don't. Yeah, there was no Crypt Breaker in that deck list either. So I feel like playing zombies now is I need to look up. I'm gonna make a note to look up who donated for that. But the teasers for the upcoming Innistrad set make me want to not invest time into this now, because it's likely to change a good bit once we get some cards, especially if like we get a reprint. Like, imagine we get like a reprint of Geralf's Messenger or Gravecrawler on top of Champion of the Perished. Like, yeah. All right, perpetual lark. What's the perpetual card called? Davriel's Withering. Okay, so for those that haven't seen this, this is a two-card loop that you need a third card to pair with to kill. So Vespelark here says, when it leaves the battlefield, return a creature with power 1 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And Davriel's Withering is one of these new cards that gives something perpetually -1, -2, and perpetually follows cards through zones. So the idea is you have Lark in play, and then you Davriel's Withering your Lark, and then Lark can return itself to play with its leaves play trigger because it's a 1 attack and -1 defense creature. And this lets you loop a dies trigger endlessly. So the easy inclusion with this here is 4 copies of Blood Artist. Yeah, so Blood Artist is an easy kill. It's Cruel Celebrant, the other one. Yep. And then the key here to making this deck work is figuring out, okay, we have these cards. Now, what exactly do we want to be doing outside of these 16 cards to make our deck playable? Yeah, Bastion of whatever is like, okay, that could be a direction to go. It could also be correct to be a collected company deck. Yeah, it's probably right just be a cat oven deck, right? Woe Strider. Play a couple Yawgmoth. Why would I want to play Sedgemoor Witch in this deck, chat? There are 4 cards that trigger it. Could someone explain to me why I would want to play Sedgemoor Witch? It is an excuse to play Yawgmoth, not playing Collecting Company. And I think Woe Strider is much better than Witch. Is this a Priest of the Forgotten Gods deck? Haptra is a soft combo. Wait, that card is legal here, isn't it? That's green though, right? You can play Selfless Savior to protect combo pieces. It does sacrifice onto me into maybe. I also have 35 spells here already, so I've got like one more spell here. Yeah, I agree with the comment that splashing Devil's better than splashing Heptatetra, but I also don't even know that we need that. It is a shame that Ayara only triggers on black creatures because she doesn't work with the Vesper Lark loop. Sir Conrad is not a playable Magic the Gathering card. Stop it. Get some help. Are there any other 1-drops that are good? Vessel is a cool card with Vespark. I don't know what that does. Yeah, we could just play Thoughtseize. That's actually probably a good suggestion. Oh, Archfiend's Vessel. Yeah, that is kind of cute. It technically works with Lark of the Fairway. Putting an extra good card in my deck sounds kind of busted. I'm gonna let you in on professional deck builders' dirty little secret, chat. You will win more games of Magic if you put more good cards in your deck. It's a bold strategy, but it frequently works out. It's pretty reasonable in terms of curve. We're like a touch low in terms of the number of creatures, maybe, but Bastion is technically a creature. Our curve's not too embarrassing. We've got 16 1-mana spells, 8 2-mana spells, 10 3-mana spells, and then 3 Yawgmoth at the top end here. Black white mana bases are really good in this format now. So Godless Shrine, Bright Climb Pathway, Concealed Courtyard. I probably want a couple Castle Lochthwain for some card advantage in the mana base. I want a couple of creature lands. I want Phyrexian Tower. What am I ramping into with Phyrexian Tower? What's the black creature land called? Someone help me out. Is it I? Hive. It was Hive of the I. I knew it had I in it. That's close. Bushin in Style. Thanks for the follow. 22. This is 416 white. Probably just a third swamp here. How many sideboards can we put for Skyclave Apparition then? Asking the real questions. What else? What else do we want on our sideboard? I've got Thoughtseize's main. I probably want spot removal in our sideboard. Couple of Fatal Push. Vanishing Verse is nice and flexible. Honestly, I probably want a few Vanishing Verse. 1 to 2 Fracture sounds decent. Also deals with Rest in Peace and stuff. What do I want for dealing with control? More discard could be okay. Yep. We could even play Elite Spellbinder in the sideboard as additional discard disruption. That's a card that pressures combo decks too. Is that crazy? What if we split the difference and play like 2 Elite Spellbinder and 2 Duress? Get a feel for which feels better. Idea. Start here. Is Campbell any good? No, it's not very good against most of the decks in the format. There aren't like Storm style decks. It's good against. It's okay against like exactly Phoenix, but that's about it. Okay. Time to swim with the fishes, chat. Four of those. I don't know if Kumena is still a card that we play anymore. I think we've outclassed that one at this point. Deep Root Elitsa, maybe. Cupolas in the sideboard. Stir the Pearl Trident. Probably on Kumena's speaker still. Trickster might be okay. Definitely want Muro Regery. Silver Girl Adept is great. It's one of the reasons to play Merfolk. We just haven't scrolled past it yet. Definitely want for Shoreline Scout. I wonder if Wind Robber is playable. I like it might be. And honestly, that's probably the deck, right? This is 44 cards already. There's 47, but 3 are in. 3 are in the sideboard here. So I need to cut something already. Probably Probably Deep Root Elite. I guess do I want 12 one drops is another question. I guess we can kind of play. We talked about one of the upsides to Shoreline Scout is we can play a pretty aggressively low land count because this can turn a merfolk into a land in a pinch. So maybe we start kind of super greedy with a really low land count. Yeah, what if we play like 16 land merfolk? Yeah, we just like play 20 land counting the Glasspool Mimic. What if we just had 40 collected company hits? Can we do that? See, past Jeff left the pathway search up because he knew future Jeff would not remember the name of the pathways very soon. I think I want to try this. And then like the first time we whiff on a collected company, I just like turn the stream off and go do something else for the day. Okay, let's start here. I don't know if this is super greedy or just right, but I want to see how much we can get away with Shoreline Scout. I feel like there's a chance that this card lets us get away with this. Okay, and then what do I want out of the sideboard? A couple of miscasts. Mistcaller. Yeah, Mistcaller is a good call. Honestly, is Mistcaller better than Kumena Speaker? No, there's not that much Dragonstorm. Yeah, a couple of Brazen Borrowers sounds fine. I think I like Miscast better than Dispute because in addition to stopping counter spells, it also stops Wrath of God. No, I think Miscast is better than Spell Pierce. I think most of the cards you care about countering Miscast counters. These are historic decks, yes. They're building things for the upcoming Historic Horizons release. The Hyper Geo on a company hit in that deck is 99.92%. Yes. Yes. Excellent. In fact, I'm just gonna play 4 miscasts. Four miscast, 3 Warden of the Wave sounds lovely. And we'll round it out with a couple of Aether Ghosts. Never tell me the odds. A Ninja Turtle Jr. I'm old, get me by Walker. Thanks for the 35 months. Yeah, I like it. I like it. At least enough to start here, I think. Sweet. Swim with the fishes. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, Reanimator. Do I have Reanimator up here? I forget. I think Reanimator made the website. Dragon Reanimator. Yeah, 4-color Reanimator is up here. When am I gonna rank the story games I've played? That's a good suggestion. I should do that. In fact, maybe I should throw a page up on my site that just like has my list in the order that I rank them, and like list what they do well. It'd be a fun thing to do. Okay, so this deck's about to look very different. Yeah, fairly different. Different enough. Okay, so what did we? You want four Sarah Avatar? Four sounds like a lot. Well, I wanted to build elves too, probably. Chainer seems good here. Chainer is not a constructed playable card. Chainer is incredibly weak. Very, very susceptible to removal. All right, so let's take a peek at what this was doing before. I want some Sarah's Emissary. Yeah, sweet. Sounds like it's. I'm looking forward to playing Chainer and Brawl. Chainer and Brawl sounds great. Yeah, we're gonna update Tempered Steel. We're gonna go through. So we're through almost all of these decks here, but we're not gonna be done building decks when we get through all of these. So something I've been putting off. I believe there's still decks with Brainstorm on my website. So what we're going to do after we're done building the last couple of things in this queue is we're gonna go through the 24 decks that are up on my site and do some blind updating there, both getting rid of with things like Brainstorm as well as some other stuff. Yeah, Sarah Emissary. So I think Sarah's Emissary is actually better than Lady Gaga in a lot of instances. So I think we're starting with four of her. I think this format's probably going to be creature based enough, at least right at release, that I want some Elish Norns to start. We're going to get rid of Death's Majesty. We're going to get rid of these Oxes. We're going to play for Seasoned Pyromancer. We've got, I'm blanking on its name, the Reanimate creature. It's the black-white idiot. Priest of Felrates. Feel rights just feels right, chat. Well, we can get rid of Mire Triton now because we have Seasoned Pyromancer. Sorry, Mire Triton. We've got playable magic cards now. I'm going to start with blue white. There is a blue white tempered steel on my deck. What deck on my website that we're going to update? You think we need more than 8 reanimate spells? I don't know that we need more than 8 reanimate spells. So we've got Priest of Fell Rights, and we've got Unburial Rights, and we've got Grizzly Salvage, Faithless Looting, and Seasoned Pyromancer as card churn. So like this is 60 cards. Yeah, Bone Shards is like fine. Uh Winding Way puts cards into the graveyard? Really? That's true. Wow, it does put them into the graveyard. I think this is worse than Salvage, though. It looks at one less card, and you don't get to pick off of it. You have to choose in advance what you're looking for. Because like sometimes you're gonna want creatures to go to your hand. Like you can salvage and take like a Pyromancer, a Thragtusk, or a Priest, while still putting, Elish Norn. Like Grizzly Salvage, draw Priest, put Elishnorn or Sarah's Emissary into the graveyard sounds good. I think Bone Shards at the very least is a sideboard card. Probably don't need Platinum Angel anymore in the face of Sarah's Emissary. Is Bone Shards 2 words? It is. Any things in the sideboard deal cards like recipes? Yeah, there's already 4 cards here that do that. When I suppose I could just start. We could have updated this one directly on the site. All right, chat. You're gonna get to see a little bit how the sausage gets made here. I'm gonna update some of the decks on the website in real time. This is a one-man operation, so all the stuff you see up on my website is me fumbling through WordPress myself. Peel back the curtain. Look at that. Just like that. I have an update. Do I need to adjust the mana in here? How much red do we have? This is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I might want slightly more red mana to try and play Seasoned Pyromancer. I guess I have Gilded Goose here as fixing. We'll try it like this and see how it goes. All right, so let's do some of the more interesting decks on the site to start, and we'll save things like updating auras and just sky control for the end. I don't know what Pool of Vigorous Growth does. All right, let's go through the fan favorite section for updates. Oh, this deck. Did Angels get anything new? I'm just gonna pop them all up here, and we'll walk through them all one at a time. Some of these I might delete too. Some of these might just be outclassed at this point. Has Bant Angels seen anything new? The new 1-drop. That is. Chat. This is not a playable Magic card. Chat, when I ask if we got anything new, I'm talking about playable Magic cards. This is not a playable Magic the Gathering card. My collected company deck does not want Restoration Angel. I think this one is good to go. No ephemerate decks. Just throw Thrag Tuskers and everything. Yes, I think that one's good to go. Does this have Brainstorm in it? It does. Okay, so We actually played Dragonstorm recently, and we could just update this deck list to that one. Perfect. Edit deck. Can even update the YouTube video here. Some Jeffception, yeah. Listen, chat, I'm not lying to you when I tell you a lot of what I do is going back and looking at past Jeff and figuring out what he was doing and why. The description here is no longer correct, right? Copies of Dragonstorm, search up. We're no longer searching up Dragon Queen. We're searching up, what's his name? Bladewing the Risen. Would you like to play standard? Yeah, John. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing more standard 22. So yeah, definitely. If you want to submit a deck as a donation, there is a form on the site. You can fill out there. Green Black Magecraft. Is this one we should probably retire? I feel like this is one we should probably retire. It's been a while since we've played it and the format's moved around a bit. I'm just gonna go ahead and unpublish this one for a little bit. Maybe we'll come back to it later and give it another try. Let's revert that one to a draft for now. Reanimator the fish. Sounds good, Logan. That's very generous of you. I appreciate the support. Grixis Dragons. Oh, we did some updates to this one. Somewhat recently, right? It's another one we had played not that long ago. Yeah. Oh, right. We tried Desert Doom in here and it was sweet. I don't think this deck wants Thunderbreak Regent. So Thunderbreak Regent is a new aggressive card. And this is more of an interactive mid range slash control deck. You're not really interested in playing a 4/4 for 4. Nicol Bolas Planeswalker resubscribing while we update Grixis Dragons. That seems fitting. Welcome back. Yeah, I don't think they're so again, for updates here to the site, I'm not just focusing on Historic Horizon stuff. It's been like I haven't touched these since they banned Brainstorm, so I'm kind of going through and looking for that too and thinking about how the format's changed a little bit and new cards with Strix or not Strixhaven, the D&D set as well. Yes, yeah, never buy bits on mobile. All right, this is one that definitely wants new cards. Do we have brawl decks ready for the queue? I don't offhand. Those are like So while I've enjoyed playing Brawl, building Brawl decks isn't really a refined process. It's just kind of a chaotic dump a bunch of one-ofs around the central theme into things. So most of that's going to be me importing things at the last minute. Okay, so this deck wants Mardu Reanimator. Okay, so this one definitely wants four season Pyromancer. We'll just get rid of Thrilling Discovery and a seasoned Hollowed Blade for those. And then this deck also wants Priest of the Fell Rites, probably. And what do I want to cut to make Priest of the Fell Rites happen in here? Probably just bail on the Adventure Creature mid-range plan, I think. I wonder if Thoughtseize is the correct bail, actually. The discard spells become harder to justify when Priest is also hammering our life total. Maybe we get rid of like Murderous Rider, and then we'll split the Thoughtseizes to main, to sideboard. Yeah, I like it. Season Pyromancer is gonna fill out a few different sweet mid-rangey and decks like this that are interested in grinding a touch. Hey, Elvish Reclaimer, thanks for the 23 months. This deck always felt like it was close, but it was like missing one more good discard outlet. And season Fell Rites will help. Priest of the Fell Rites will be nice too. But having season Pyromancer seems like a really big upgrade. The Priest of Fell Rites too seems really sweet in these. Like having turn 3 reanimations is something you couldn't do before. You'll just get to go like looting on 1, ditch a Velocamist or Glorybringer, turn 2 Fell Rites, turn 3 reanimate. Naya Feather. This one get anything in recent months? I don't know if this deck, I don't think this one's bad. I don't think we're going to take it down, but outside of Dramoka's command, I guess Scale Up could maybe be worth testing. That card's kinda sweet in terms of a punch you in the face style card. Make something a 6/4. I don't know that I like that better than any of the cards we're currently playing though. The sorcery speed's a little bit of a drag on it too. I'm gonna leave this one as is for now. Panza. I don't think this one gained anything in recent months. It's not amazing, but it's also something, a kind of unique thing people like doing. So I think we leave it in the fan favorite section for people that want to blow up lands on occasion. We'll have to make a point to play this one again on stream, because it's definitely fan favorite is an accurate description. Red, white taking turns. This might actually be in a pretty good spot once the format comes back around to being more creature based. If we push in the direction of creatures with the set release, like I think we're likely to, because like I said, a lot of these things are powering up tribal decks. This one's probably reasonable and fine, something to get back to. Was this a brainstorm deck? It doesn't look like it. We're playing Abundant Harvest. Is more base green black. Are there any D&D cards that fit well into here or new cards? Not really, I don't think. Teamer Flash. Memory lapse is still legal. I'll have to make a point to. One of the things we're going to make a point to do is, and in fact, some of these I might make a point to try. Like this one doesn't really have any new cards from Historic Horizons in, so maybe we'll throw this one in the queue to get to later this week while we're waiting. Let's throw Ponza in here too. So these are all waiting for Historic Horizons. I think this one is waiting for Innistrad, actually. Yeah, Jumpstart is basically the creature equivalent of a Mystical Archive is accurate. It's a good way to put it. Grab the Reanimator and Ponza links here. What does the new Kiora do? That's a good thought. We did get a couple new planeswalkers. So she conjures a Kraken hatchling, untaps a creature or land and bubbles it, sacrifices a Kraken to make an 8/8. Turn 2. How do you figure turn 2? She's a 4-mana spell. Is she a card that I want in the friends deck? I don't think so. She really wants to activate her own abilities. There might be some kind of like changeling deck we could build with her, like maybe like the Bears of Litjara or whatever it's called. With her gives you an 8/8 to attack with. Although I guess you don't attack with it the turn you make it either, right? Yeah, you can go to jeffhoagland.com and click stream queue. That's always kept up to date there. Find this with a bunch of links to different things as we're building and updating here. So I think this and this are good to go. Updated Reanimator already. The conjured cards are real cards, like an 0/4 for 1 mana, if I recall correctly. Yeah, it's a card. It's a card that already exists. All right, mono black aggro. This is one that this deck probably prefers Hive of the Eye Tyrant to Castle Lochthwain, right? I'd probably rather just have 8 creature lands that attack. Having more untapped black sources on one is also pretty good. I don't really know that there's new goblins to build. Like, I guess you just change what you're muxusing into, but goblins is an archetype I'm not likely to work on unless someone donates for it. I don't think muxusing people is particularly interesting or exciting. Yeah, but like that's still you're still just muxusing people. You're right that they got some solid upgrades, but I'm also just like not interested in building that of my own volition. I would take it as a donation, but that doesn't sound sweet enough for me to be like, yeah, I wanna put my own time into that. Now, one thing that perpetually haste thing does do is we got another untapped creature at 4 mana, and Vanifear is probably worth revisiting with between the perpetually haste goblin and between the perpetually haste goblin and black white shadow. Oh, we played this one on stream somewhat recently too, right? We did. Look at that. Oh, right, and the venture creature was sweet. Nope. No, damn it. You want to try Soul Broker and the board of black aggro? Yeah, I can see that. It's a card that could definitely get a little bit grindy. And how are you doing, Precipic? Feels like it's been a while since I've seen you in chat. Hope you're doing all right. Been there. Does does this deck want Esper Sentinel? Ranger EOS finds Esper Sentinel. Is that good enough? I guess Rangers EOS finding Esper Sentinel late game isn't actually very good. Because like by the time you're tutoring it, they have extra mana to pay the tax. I think, and I mentioned this again earlier, I think Ranger of EOS is generally just better than Captain in this format. There's a few decks like Dragonstorm where stopping them from casting a spell for a turn to sacrifice it is worthwhile, but in general, I'd rather just get more value rather than rather than have the utility that you have against a combo deck. The wild card counts on these decks 51. 51 rares, 8 mythics. It ain't cheap. 56 rares, but only 2 mythics. Smithix, thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. All right. Dead guy ale. Oh, I already updated this one with Cave of the Frost Dragon and Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Does this deck want some Esper Sentinel? Now, Vanifear is typically built as a combo deck. It's not a particularly good value card. This could be a deck. This could be a deck that wants Esper Sentinel. How bad is Resto in this? I feel bad for not thinking of that myself because I'm me, but that actually sounds pretty good, huh? We've got Spellbinder and Skyclave Apparition, and like Blinking Glint Sleeve isn't atrocious. Hmm. So I don't think. So I'm gonna put this one in the queue. Where do I want to put it? Let's put it above elves. I don't think I want to recommend Resto and Sentinel without trying. Without trying them first, but hey, Kritish, thank you for the third of a year. I really appreciate the 4 months support. Welcome back. I think both Resto and Esper Sentinel sound worth trying here. I think Hollowed One sounds like it's worth exploring. I don't know if it'll be good enough, but we got a lot of good tools for it. The Bizarre Mage is a really sweet one, especially. All right. Now, this next one definitely wants Restoration Angel. Okay, this is green white ephemerate. What are we cutting to fit 4 Restoration Angels in here? Because that's definitely the number we want to play. Night of Autumn's probably a trim. Oh, Soul Herder's legal too. Soul Herder is legal in this format now, right? We are already a Yorion deck, yeah. What do you want red for? Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay, yeah, I like Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay, so I'm going to just jam 4 restos into here. I'm going to acknowledge that all of you suggesting splash colors are probably not unreasonable. But I think those are too big of deviations from what this is already doing for me to want to put it on the website without testing it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna trim a Charming Prince. I think curve consideration means I want some, but you're right. Resto serves a similar role. Oh, we got Blade Splicer too. Shoot, we did get Blade Splicer too. All right, maybe we do cut Charming Prince. maybe Charming Prince is out. We'll just make it 100 cards. We're already at 80 cards. Like, what's the big deal? We'll just like add them in. Is Blade Splicer better than Llanowar Visionary? I think it might be. And I think I'm gonna go down to 2 Charming Princes. I'm gonna go up a land since I'm cutting a piece of ramp. Guess I could go up a Scattered Grove. We should play 160 cards so we can play 2 Yorion Companions. I would. I'd do it. Don't tempt me. Don't tell me I can't, because I definitely can. All right, let's start there. In general, I try to be conservative with the changes that I make to things on the site if I haven't played games with it. There's going to be lots of things worth exploring in these Blink archetypes for sure, but for now I want to stay close-ish to what I know works. No, we just gained Restoration Angel. We don't need to play bad cards like Momentary Blink. Yeah, I think if a deck wants Esper Sentinel, it wants 4. Is Inspector's Body good enough? I think so. It's been fine when I've played it in the past. We also just like don't have many ones. And like 3-bit Inspector lets you fill in your curve really nicely because it lets you spend like 1 and 2 mana in different places. And also just like incidentally having it around with Yorion is good too. Hope you feel better soon, P. Diddy. Thanks for the 33 months. I rate and for the very generous tier 3. You want Timeless Witness? I think that's too slow and clunky. This deck's already got a good amount of clunk in it, and I added 4 4-mana spells. I'd be kind of surprised if Timeless Witness is a playable card consistently. Yeah, that might be. It's probably. I think you're right, Admain, that it's a card that like could be considered on the chopping block. Like honestly, if for example, if control decks are still really prevalent in historic post historic Horizon, which could be the case, like swapping out Thraben Inspector to just main deck Thalia could be very reasonable. Just like playing this as a decent low curve card that's just like disruptive against some of the things that are people are playing. So the 44 months waterfalls. We're not getting tireless tracker, and it's big sad. It's big sad that there's no tireless tracker coming. Mutate turns. I don't think this one gained anything. We played this one somewhat recently too. We did on July 5th. So at the very least, we can update it to keep doing that. Oh, it's the same. Perfect. Never mind. See, it was already updated, chat. All right. Jun Storm Herald. Does this deck want Season Pyromancer? How much red mana do we make? We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If I get some more red mana into here, this can probably play. Season Pyromancer. Like, Season Pyromancer is another card that, like, helps us with our grindy post board plan, too. Which I kind of like. My kingdom for Blackcleave Cliffs and Copperline Gorge. These stupid pathways. Only have Blooming Marsh here. It's like would love Blackcleave Cliffs. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, I agree. I think you want. I think it's very good. In fact, I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put a couple in the main deck here, but this deck honestly, this deck almost assuredly wants 3 of them in this or 4 of them in the 75. The Momir Vig enchantment for a late game engine when they run out of gas. So this deck doesn't want to play a late game. Your late game is killing them. They should hopefully just be dead by the time that you get there. I think I want at least one more. So what's this mana base now? It's got how much black in it? I'm cutting a black card. So we have this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 15 black sources in this deck. Okay, so I'm going to turn a black source into a red source. So we'll turn a Blooming Marsh into a Rootbound Crag. Mardu tokens. So Wellspring has been really good when we've played this deck in the past, but I also feel like I'm supposed to do my due diligence and try Seasoned Pyromancer, so I'm going to throw this one in the deck, the stream queue here, and make a note that I want to try Seasoned Pyromancer. So I'm not going to update it on the site because I'm not confident that it's going to be good here or worth giving up Wellspring for, but it's definitely worth trying. Oh, we tried red white mid range somewhat recently too, right? We did. Okay. Yeah, with a bunch of creature lands. Davriel's Withering as an anti-aggro tool. Yeah, I could see that. We built the Dragon Rage Chandler decks. We have not. I think the deck that most likely slots into is just Blue-Red Phoenix. Alright, so this deck definitely wants some amount of Seasoned Pyromancer, right? Honestly, probably. What if we just drag the curve down? I guess we have a lot of Adantos, we have a lot of 3s and 4s too. This might not be a 4x Seasoned Pyromancer deck because it doesn't generate value from the graveyard. But I feel like I definitely want some of them. Let's trim around the edges to fit some in and see how it feels. JHH is Jumpstart Historic Horizons. Boros Elite was in the card list on Scryfall, so unless Scryfall got it wrong, which maybe they did, I assume it's there. All right, chat. These are everybody's favorite type of suggestions to make. What singletons have been introduced recently that Tainted Twin might want to play? I mean, obviously, I'm gonna cut this brainstorm here real quick. What terrible singleton cards? Davriel and Davriel's Withering, probably. Did I spell that right the first time? Look at that, I did. Yeah, Seasoned Pyromancer. We think we splashed that. Honestly, Archmage's Charm is probably too hard to cast. I guess we're casting Jace. That's a lie. We actually have a lot of blue mana, huh? Like our combo involves casting a triple blue card. Alright, yeah, I'm in for an Archmage's Charm. Davriel. What does Davriel do again exactly? Perpetually -3/-3. They discard a card. If they can't, they sacrifice an attacking creature. Yeah, I think I agree that Davriel's better in creature decks. I put one of his -- cards in here. Ooh, Mall Drifter. I've definitely registered worse cards than that. Oh, Withering's not on here yet. They must not have added Historic Horizons cards to this platform yet. I'll have to ping I want to ping them real quick. It's funny how little. This is the first deck I've tried to add one of those to, and it just wasn't there for. Yeah, I think this archetype is better than a lot of people give it credit for. It gets underplayed. Kumo resigned. Good. Who's his deputy governor? I don't know what's the vice governor called? I don't actually know what that title is. Is it deputy, associate? I don't believe lieutenant governor. There you go, lieutenant. I knew there was some kind of word in there that's not any of the ones I just listed. Okay, so Tempered Steel is one I kind of need to put. We kind of need to put some brain power into, right? We played this one somewhat recently too, right? Yeah, it's made a couple of changes. Yeah, Tempered Steel potentially got a lot here. Damn it, Past Jeff, stop mousing over things. I want to look at your curve. So the easy one. I actually want to start with the list from here. Yes, Nettle Cyst is very good. The easy ones are Nettle Cyst and what's it called? 4 Esper Sentinel. Those are the two easiest ones. And then from there, yeah, I don't say then from there you make a couple decisions on where you want to branch from. I don't think you want Thought Monitor either. Honestly, Black Staff is probably worse than like Nettle Cyst does a similar effect, so I think we just cut these Black Staffs at this point. Do I give up the skilled animators as well then? It's probably, so that's like 5 of the 8 slots here that I had. I'm adding Esper Sentinel in, so maybe we trim some of our other 1-drops. And then honestly, let's look at Historic Horizons here. What other artifacts did we get? Sort by color. Yeah, like is Mouser good? As Leaflink and as modular? Apocalypse, thank you for the 3/4 of the year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Definitely want Sentinel. I don't know if the modular card's good enough or not. Yeah, it might be trimming some of the 4-drop might be good. Yeah, without Ravager, I think you're right that card's probably not good enough. So what if I need 3 cuts here to get back down to 60. So what if we trim like 1 Whirler Rogue and then 2 Homunculus? I think that's probably pretty reasonable. And that gets us 4 Nettle Cyst and 4 Esper Sentinel. Arcbound Shock 3. I don't know what that card does. In a red build, Brea's Apprentice is pretty appealing. We're not playing red. A 1/1 counter on each other artifact creature you control. Wow, yeah, that's a pretty good one as well. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit different than what we're doing here because I've liked both Whirler Rogue as top end and Miscast out of the sideboard. Saba. I guess that's okay. Yeah, there could be a Naya Hardened Scales deck for sure. That's probably something worth exploring. Maybe we can build that today when we're done going through all the decks on the site. I still got another hour budgeted for deck building time, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I'm into Zabo. I guess Port Homunculus is only okay. Oh, it does pop off with Overseer. All right, I'm in. I'm in for 2. Let's cut the Court Homoculuses. Ace J, thank you for the 2.5 years. Good afternoon and welcome back. Oh, it doesn't. It's only modular. This is what I get for trusting Twitch chat. This is what I get. This is what I get, chat. Magic players. Literacy is a big problem among Magic players, chat. They'll take my Court Homoculuses from my cold dead hands. I don't know what Monoskellion does, so I assume it's not very good. If you think otherwise, tell me why you think it's good. All right. Proven category. I read cards how I want them to be, not how they actually are. It's why Magic Arena is so much worse than Paper Magic. In Paper Magic, you can just convince your opponents that your cards do what you want them to do instead of what they actually do. Yeah, of course for doing the meme section. Well, in fact, I think this Neoform deck has Brainstorm in it still, so definitely needs an update. Judge, does the Auras deck want some creature lands in it? It probably does, right? Just like this deck's kind of a scrappy mid-range deck. And like I'm playing two basic swamps. Can I just like the black white version of this deck is like thought seizing people and like grinding them out with like dead weights and stuff. Cousin Vin, thanks for coming back for the 44th month. Welcome back. There's like one isolated chapel here that's like marginally worse if I cut the swamps. So I'm gonna cut the swamps for 2 high with the eye blades. I've been getting dumpstered by auras. Please don't make it better. Oh, they're in the right category here. I might need to update my plugin on my site or refresh my cache. See if that fixes it or if I need to update it on my end. To poke at that later if I do. Yeah. Yeah, it's sorting that in down here. I'll have to figure out why it's doing that later. Grull. Grull just wants 4 Den of the Bugbear, right? I just like cut these mountains and play 4 Den of the Bugbear. You want more? You think I want more than 4 creature lands? Oh, you want more than just creature lands. Got it. Sure. Oh, we think Stalker is good. Is Territorial Kabu good? I don't think that's actually good in this deck. I believe you that is good somewhere else. I don't think it's good here. Bugbear is 1 word. Long Tusk Stalker. Huh. Yeah, I think this card's actually good, huh? That seems kind of sweet. Because it attacks as a 2/1 on turn 2, and then it gives something in your hand +1 attack permanently. Yeah, I think that sounds like yes. Oh, it works with Brawler too. Yeah. Okay, so I actually don't think I can add this to my site just yet because I believe this plugin is this platform is missing that card. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make a note. I'm gonna put this one in the queue and make a note to add Long Tusk Stalker to it. But I cannot currently do this because this third party site is missing it at the moment. Yeah, that sounds good. Man, we're gonna have to play a lot of historic when this set releases, huh? We got a lot of things in here we want to try. Green White Company. This one wants the green creature land, right? Because you can make the green creature land a 1/1 to attack with Lovestruck Beast. Oh, is this build not playing? Oh, it is playing Collected Company. Let me grab. Let me grab a more recent version of this deck from a tournament. Historic. Lesnia Company. Oh, someone played it in the Challenger Gauntlet. Yeah, it's probably a good place to start. They didn't play 4-layer of the Hydra. Oh, friend. Why would you not play 4-layer of the Hydra? Oh, Ranger class sounds like gas in this deck, too. See, chat, this is the correct way to build decks. You start with the work of someone else, and then you just fix the couple of things that are just like seem like obvious flubs. So we'll go up a plains, cut that one. We'll go down 2 forests, get to 4-layer of the Hydra. How many company hits is this deck playing? Ooh. 34 creatures. And they're all hits? Wow, chat. 34 company hits? I can appreciate someone that likes to hit with their collected companies. That's so good. That's why they were in the Challenger Gauntlet, chat. They understand how to hit with collected company. That sounds great. And they didn't play quite enough creature lands, but the core of their deck building is sound. Now, Land War Elf is actually a fine hit in their deck a lot of the time because you need 1/1s for Lovestruck Beast. So, like, you're not like excited. You don't get out of bed in the morning to collect a company into Land War Elves, but it's like marginally less disappointing than it is in like your average collected company deck. Same thing with Jeskai Control. Let's net deck custom Jeskai Control. Yep. Oh, you want to play Archmage's Charm. I knew what you're gonna say as soon as you said it. Okay, how many blue sources are we on? We've got 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We got 19 blue sources. It's just so tough to make like Helix work, and yeah, I think 21 to 22 is where you want to be to play Archmage's Charm. I don't know that we could do that here. I'm gonna let other bigger brains work on that. I am just going to net deck Hardy for the list on my site for the time being that we're recommending. And if someone else figures that out, we can work off of them later. So I was gonna look up. I have a note to look up who donated for it, Blue. If you don't want to wait for zombies for Innistrad, I'm happy to refund you or let you switch it to something else. But I really don't want to like build. We're guaranteed getting a 1-drop with Innistrad already. That's automatically gonna go in zombies. Like, I don't know if you saw the Champion of the Parish spoiled, which leads me to believe we're going to get other good zombie cards. So I don't really want to, like, work on zombies with the couple of cards we're getting now and then have it be immediately invalidated and be much better once we get cards less than a month later. Especially with Historic Horizons, like, being pushed back to the 26th. Like, at that point, it's less than a month out. Yeah. They gave us it's literally Champion of the Parish for zombies. It's a 1/1 for 1 that gets bigger every time a zombie enters play, which, with that card being in that set, I bet we're going to get other zombie tribal support as well. Fingers crossed for a Messenger reprint or a Gravecrawler reprint. Thanks for the 11 months, McPatches. You can feel free to link a Jeskai with Archmage Charm in chat, but I'm not going to put that up on my site until it's a little bit has a little bit of testing. Jund food. Yeah, I'm just gonna. And this is the proven section on my site is just the boring tier 1 stuff. So generally speaking, I'm just net decking people. We don't spend a lot of time playing these types of things. I just want them to be up here for people that want reference points. So they don't have to sort through. We'll probably play them at some point. In fact, maybe I'll make a point to play this between now and when Historic Horizons releases for a video. I think Jun Food wants Davriel. Perhaps. Yeah, in fact, for the sake of having these up on the site, we're gonna be playing Historic a little bit here and there still between now and when the set releases, and we're gonna make a point to play through like these decks that are up on there. Blue Black Rogue, does it still have Brainstorm in it? It does. Yikes. Has Rogues has just like completely disappeared at this point, right? This deck probably deserves a demotion out of the proven section because the format's kind of moved on from it. I think we should make a point to play this, but I don't know. I don't know that it's in the proven section anymore. It hasn't been putting up results. We demote this to fan favorite. Yeah, I think it's probably still fine. But there's a reason why it hasn't been putting up results in tournaments. Does Jun Food want Yawgmoth? Potentially, yeah. Alright, so if this deck is losing Brainstorm, it probably wants some extra lands. Oh, and we can play, there's creature lands in this format now, right? So we'll cut the 4 Brainstorms, and then we'll cut these Swamps, and then we'll play 4 Hive of the Eye Tyrant. BT dubs, by the way, I always bring this up when we do these deck building streams. If you don't have a clipboard manager, you should get one. It's life-changing for your workflow on your computer. You can see here when I hit my hotkey for it, this just has like the last 20 things I've copied to my clipboard on it. The nice ones like Clipboard Fusion also keep track of pictures that you have copied if you're taking screenshots or copy and pasting pictures around too. It's really, really fantastic. Windows has one built in nowadays? Maybe. Oh, is Hive of the Eye Tyrant exiling not optional? It's not. I think that's still fine, because, like, you don't have to be attacking with it. The Jumpstart cards are already in the normal historic filter. They're already in Strikefall. Alright, so this deck needs... It needs a couple other cards main to fill in off of the Brainstorm slots. What's a bad card that we can play in? We could play in here. Yeah, we could just play a few copies of Opt. It's no Brainstorm, but it's fine. You want to crab people? Oh yeah, are there any new rogues? That's a good question. Let's do a quick search for that, just for posterity's sake. No, it doesn't look like it. Man, you know what might be worth trying? And I'm a sucker for this card, so we're gonna put 4 of them in. Let's put 4 glint sleeve siphoners in here. There's a hyphen. And one's a rogue. It draws some cards. It has menace. Big fan. I typed UG rogues. Oh, Dream Deck having issues? So I don't know. Maybe Davriel's Withering is better than Fatal Push in the main, but I could see having Tyrant Scorn access to that is pretty important right now because of people playing auras. Is something to consider. Does Phoenix deck still have Brainstorm in it? It does. Gabriel Nassif played Izzet Phoenix. Yep. Happy to net deck Mr. Nassif. Yeah, I don't think it does. This'll be one that we'll probably want to make a point to play on stream at some point because I think there's a chance Dragon Rage Chandler is good in this archetype, but I also don't I think I can recommend that without playing it to start. That card's gotta be good here, right? Like what if we trim Brazen Borrower, Crackling Drake, a Storming Entity, and something else? We might even be able to get away with trimming a land. Is that card good enough here? Can we hit Delirium consistently for it? We have instants and sorceries in the bin. You can surveil a land. Yeah, that one probably needs testing. I think Chandler's definitely worth exploring in this archetype. Yeah, trimming a bunch of the flex cards to try Chandler sounds really good. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if Chandler's going to be as powerful here because of the lack of bubble. That's exactly correct. Tybalt's Trickery, you can't really improve on perfection, so I'm just going to leave that one how it is. Citadel Storm. We're going to retire this one because Brainstorm was part of the reason this worked. Trickery got a card. You want to play the Sarah whatever in it? Good, that could be okay. I guess I could just sub Brainstorm for Abundant Harvest here. Or like a mix of Abundant Harvest and Fire Prophecy. Not being able to put your combo pieces back into your deck is big sad. I think I'm going to just retire this one too for now and plan to revisit this later because I think I need to reassess how this deck is built. Great. I think that's all of it. We retired a few. We recategorized a few. We updated a bunch of others. Sweet. All right. Was there anything else you wanted to build? All right. Turn it over to the audience. Sell me on your idea. What's something that we should be building or trying once these things drop? I'm going to add a standard section after rotation. No. Hardened scales. Yeah, we should do Naya scales. That's a good idea. Oh, I have elves in here too. Naya scales and elves both sound good. Slither Wisp Flash. What did Slither Wisp get? Or what did Flash get? We should build walls. Okay, yeah, we should build bantlings. That's a good point. We already built humans. We did not get Champion of the Parish, but we got Thalia's Lieutenant. Madness. Okay, yep. Red Black Madness, Hollowed One potentially. I don't have Merfolk on the website, but I built a deck list for it. Actually, I think Merfolk was on the website and I retired it. Yeah, we did. We built Merfolk earlier, and if Merfolk is decent, that one will get back on the site. I'm pretty sure I commissioned art for that at one point. You want Black Red Witch, like Seasoned Pyromancer Witch, could be okay. I already did Slivers. I don't think Squirrels has enough going on for it. Let's do a quick hip check on Squirrels. Spell Oracle right? I did not. How you spell Oracle? The LE wrong. So we have Chatterfang, Chitter Spitter, Squirrel Mob. I can just type O. God, that's keeps site's so good. Squirrel Wrangler. Ravenous Squirrel. Oh, we missed Ravenous Squirrel's a card that food might want. Yeah, I don't know if this is enough squirrels to be good enough. We should probably do it for the sake of science, huh? Scurry Oak. What's Scurry? Scurry Oak. Evolve. Wait, what? Cathars? Is that? Huh. Does that works how we want it to work, right? When a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Whenever one or more 1/1 counters are put onto Scurry Oak, you may create a 1/1 scroll token. And it's May, so you don't get caught into an infinite loop. All right, we're building squirrel combo. Got it. All right, squirrel combo. We'll build like a squirrel deck on the bottom here, and then yeah, we'll build like a mediocre squirrel beatdown deck that then just like also happens to play Cathar Crusade. That sounds great. All right. All right, let's start deck building, huh? Or continue deck building? Ah. Google wants to know my location. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, they're coming after me after typoing that search chat. All right, squirrel combo. 4 Chitter Spitter. Whoop. Typo. Enters the battlefield, create 2/1/1s. Huh. Okay, so it makes me sad to say this, but looking at all of this, the Scurry Oak Cathar's Crusade, actual squirrels aren't actually good here, are they? Could we put Scurry Oak plus Cathar's Crusade in something else? All right, I'm gonna stew on this. We may or may not build squirrel combo later. All right, what do we have? Naya Scales. All right, that sounds good. Yeah, it could be some kind of like green-white tokens deck. It goes in Enigmatic Incarnation. Why? Can you explain? Explain your position. Heliod and a sister also combos. Ooh, that is actually really good. Okay. No, okay, hold on. I need to write that down now. So it's 4 Cathar's Crusade, 4 Soul Warden, 4 it's Heliod. And then what was the tree folk called? Scurry Oak. And these all get found with Collected Company too? Huh. Wow. Okay, so this might actually be a real creature combo deck, huh? That actually seems kind of real. Like this, and then we just like play the life gain aggro shell. We're like playing 4 Cathar's Crusade as our only like really individually embarrassing card. Actually seems kind of sweet. We played green white life gain in historic somewhat recently. It was like pretty good. Oh, the innkeeper combos too, right? Does this deck want Ranger Captain? Yeah, maybe. It fishes up Soul Warden. Yeah, it also can protect your combo for the turn. We can play some cute toolbox cards instead. So we can play like a Speaker of the Heavens, Sarah's. Sarah Ascendant. What's Good Boy called? What's the one that you sacrifice it to make something indestructible? Selfless Savior, yep. And then we probably just put like the Johnny's Pride Mate Moon Dancer package too, right? This is 42 cards, which is too many. Do I need 4 Cathar's Crusade? I guess it is just a 2-card combo. That's like fine with the rest of the deck, right? We have a lot of creatures. I probably want at least 22 lands, so I need to cut 4 cards here. Maybe we don't need a Johnny's Pride Mate and Moon Dancer. Yeah, I could probably trim. What if we get rid of like Daxos and then like 2 Pride Mates? And then like, let's get rid of 1 Cathar's Crusade because it's a 5-mana enchantment that doesn't impact the board on its own. That gets us 22 lands. Sounds good. Branchloft Pathway, Temple Garden. Sunpetal Grove. What do our mana base look like here? Oh, and we added some creature lands by the end, right? Yeah, definitely parallels to the modern counters combo deck for sure. I don't think we have quite enough green mana in this format to consistently play Land Royals, though. Like, I've got 14 green. I think that's plenty, but I'm not going to have it on 1. It actually seems really sweet. Like, the green-white life gain aggro when we played it felt pretty close to reasonable. And, like, the fact that we, like, have 2 different combos in here now sounds sick. Just to, like, randomly get people. Love it. So I think you're right that the castle's effect is better, Lambton, but the Frost Dragon is a come into play untapped land on turns 1 and 2, which is more valuable. All right, sorry. Back to building. Back to building Naya Scales. Is 4 Zabaz too many? Has modular, right? Yeah, so that's fine. So if I kill 1. And this is probably still a... Probably still an Overseer deck. Do... Do we play the... Do we build this as a Tempered Steel deck now? Or do we build this as a... Do I want Tempered Steel, or do I want the card that gives you extra 1/1 counters? The Arcbound Sock 3 is the red card. You want Ozolith? It's probably worth trying. I think any of these other ones are worth playing. I think I want to build this to just be a Tempered Steel deck as well. Yeah, Brea's Apprentice. How do you spell Ozolith? Ozo doesn't search anything. What is it? What is this actually? What is it actually called? The Ozolith. Yeah, we can't be a Collected Company deck and be a Tempered Steel deck. So. This curve's actually super reasonable. Honestly, does this even need to be a Hardened Scales deck? Like, is it worth splashing for this? Or is this just like red, white, steel? How free is the third color? Not very. Because we could play what's it called? We could play Blinkmoth Nexus in the mana base if we play less colors. No, Monoscallion is just not very good, chat. It's not a late game mana sink. Comes into play with 1/1/1 counter, and if you have more ways to put counters on this, you're gonna be in a good spot. Yeah, I think looking at this, I'm off of Hardened Scales, and I just want to be a Tempered Steel deck. I think I still want to try this, and it looks kind of sweet with the modular sub theme, but I think just being a red white steel deck sounds better. I think there's likely a Hardened Scales deck in this format, but I don't think it wants to be with this what this deck is doing. I'm not even sure I want the Ozoliths, honestly. I kind of just want to like play a bunch of creature lands. Just like play 24 lands. Oh, we have we could play Beaumont Courier. Huh. Is Beaumont Courier better than Vault Scourge? It might be, huh? We're pretty aggressive. Oh, Nettle Cyst is legal too. Yeah. I got so many threes though. I've got Brea's Apprentice and Arcbound Sick 3. is the pathway called? Doodah, doodah. Never remember the pathway's name. Oh, the doodah day. Yeah, let's play one plains and three dunes. Do I need Spire? I don't think I do, right? Because we have we have three red white duels. And then I want Den of the Bugbear and Blake Thexus and then Sheffet Dunes. This is 16 white and 16 red. So I don't think we need Spire in this build because we have Inspiring Vantage. There's no blue white fast land, so we play Spire in the blue white steel deck. But yeah, this actually seems really sweet too. I like it. Elves. I'm gonna leave elves to someone else. That archetype has plenty of other people working on it. What's Red Black Madness look like? What do you think about Red Black Madness? Start with Four Season Pyromancer. You're not wrong. Yeah, that's the first question. Is are we a Hollowed One deck? Rotting Regisaur. Yep. Man, we're getting Reckless Worm. This card's probably not very good, but it has a spot in my heart, chat. Has a spot in my heart. I like Skyclave Shade. For sure. Yeah, I think Asylum Visitor is good too. I agree. Is this a Chandlerless chat? I only have 8 instants and sorceries. This is like a creature aggro deck. A couple of Bone Shards, some Thought Seizes. A couple Embercleave. And I mean, like, and that's just so. What if we? I'm right with you, Precipic. What if we cleaved people? Yep. Headliner. Yeah, that's a discard enabler, right? So the 3/2 haste. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, a couple of Croxa. It's a 3/3 with haste. Good catch. All right, and just like that, we're suddenly over the limit, right? Maybe Bone Shards is a sideboard card. I definitely want at least 22 lands, probably 23 or 24, honestly, with all the utility lands this format has. It's not a Croxa deck. Like, we're using our graveyard a lot, right? Yeah, I'm gonna cut the Croxas and the Bone Shards. I'll put Bone Shards on the board. You want to cut Rootwalla? Now, I think Rootwalla is like low key absurd with Faithless Looting and Seasoned Pyromancer. Rootwalla doesn't do enough now. Rootwalla's great. Stop trying to cut my lizard, chat. Listen, I didn't put Reckless Worm in here. You will take my Rootwalla from my cold dead hands, okay? This Rootwalla is gonna carry this sword into victory. Probably get away with 22 lands here, right? I have Faithless Looting and Seasoned Pyromancer. What's that pathway? Survey says Blade Step. Kitchen Imp. I don't know what that card does. That's a pretty good one. Is this better than is this better than Asylum Visitor? I think it might be, actually. Stop trying to take my Rootwallas away from me, chat. I'm timing out the next person that tries to take my Rootwallas away. Stop it. Rootwalla flag with the don't trim on me side. There you go. That's what we need. This card being evasive to carry a sword sounds good too. I think Hive of the Eye Tyrant with Menace is better than Den of the Bugbear here. Terminal Agony. Don't know what that one does. '40's a long time, press a pick. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Oh, no, I don't think Terminal Agony is very good. I think Bone Shards is generally speaking better. I think we have enough Madness cards. I need 6 more lands. I have Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Let's go 3 Swamp, 3 Mountain. That seems pretty good. I have 22 lands with 4 Shadow Skull Smashing. I don't know that we necessarily want Shadow Skull Smashing as a castable spell all the time, but this is a land that counts as a spell with Seasoned Pyromancer. So that sounds good. Yeah, I agree. This looks slick. We've got quality interaction. We get to play Thoughtseize and Lightning Bolt. We get to have Cleave with Regisaur. I like the look of this a lot. Lightning Axe is just like bad Bone Shards, right? And figure out the rest of the sideboard later. Bant walls. Am I really gonna build walls, chat? Is that a thing we're actually gonna do? Is that a thing we're actually gonna do? We have Teo here. Creates lumbering the light shields. It's a trap. We need more. We need more walls. I have not built any Dragon's Rage Chandler deck. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people working on Dragon's Rage Chandler, so I'm not going to. All right. You know what, chat? As much as I enjoy writing down Bant butts, this deck list started with this, and this card's a mythic, and it's almost assuredly unplayable. And I'm just not spending $60 to play with 4 of this card. I'm just not. Like the mythic wild cards are $15 a piece. It's gonna be a dumpster fire. I can't do it. All right. This seems like we got a lot of sweet things to do here. We got a lot of interesting looking things and we got some things that look sweet. We've got some things that look like they might actually be competitive. We've got some updates to other things on the site that look fun that we're going to play some historic between now and when Jumpstart Historic Horizons releases. Again, if you didn't see the news yesterday, the release has been pushed back. The release has been pushed back until the 26th. So we will be playing with these decks that we built today on stream with the new cards on August 26th. I'll be doing a bunch of extra Magic Arena content around that time. We are still getting a 100 card historic brawl queue added to the client on Thursday's update. So we won't have Historic Horizons card, but there are honestly a lot of cards in the D&D set that look fun in Historic Brawl as well. So we'll be looking for singleton stuff for that. If you have sweet historic commander decks, be sure to tag me in the subs Discord with them and be looking to churn through and play a few different things that look fun in that format. Zombies. So Zombies is going to wait until Innistrad. So the person that donated for this said they were okay with waiting. While we are getting a couple of good zombie cards in Historic Horizons, we're already getting at least one good zombie card inside of the Innistrad set this fall, so I don't really want to like build Zombies missing cards and like have it get power level upgrades. So rather than work on it and then immediately need to rework on it, we're just gonna wait because I assume with Champion of the Parish we're gonna get a bunch of sweet zombie cards in the fall set. So all right, that was sweet. We spent almost 3 hours building decks. It's one of the longest deck building sessions we've ever done on stream. If you want to hang out and sift through it, if you missed any of it, it'll all be up on the YouTube channel later.